Yeah, I had got a call from the FBI, but I didn't answer the phone because I didn't recognize the number. So they left a message. She made YouTube videos about secure party creditor. From there on, it was like downhill. You know,
And how much did you
trying
send to
to.
them? How much did you wire to them?
It was a lot. It's you ain't gonna believe it.
Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah, it's 217. They had to do it quite a few people like this because there was quite a few people that was inside the group. So she had basically a private group channel.
And did you get anything out of that? Did you get anything? What did you get out of it?
I didn't get nothing but all these debts and a headache, and my credit is bad. Yeah, because I had almost like an 800 credit score, and now it's like down to like 500, working on 400. Oh, the reason why I contact you is because I'm being sued by a bank, a credit union. The account went into default.
What you have to understand about secure party creditor that no one will tell you is this. I just spoke with a guy who just got scammed for $270,000. And the way that was simply done was that they got him to sign a non-disclosure agreement. They used a social security number under the claim that he's going to get something based on secured party creditor and that they're going to get him some private equity funding. At the end of it all, he owns a little under $300,000 and the FBI is calling him. Listen to him.
The situation is what I did was I enjoyed this group, and it was people in there talking about how they can help you get a loan, for you can create corporations and things of this such. I bought into the idea of doing that, and the whole deal was once the corporation is created, they were supposed to take the funds and repay back the loan, but they never did that. And I've been going back and forth with these people over a year now with several loans, and they had it all structured professionally. But then after that, I seen that they started getting further away, like they deleted me from the from their group. So I know I have no contact with the group that I was. Yeah, so I got stuck with all these loans.
So was the corporation ever even created?
No. I believe what they did was they basically used me as a surety to get the loan, whatever, and they walk away with the money. Money was sent to my account. It was sent to my account, and then after that, I had wired the money to their corporate trust. And then, after I did that, it was like from there on, it was like downhill,
And how much did you send to them? How much did you wire to them?
It was a lot. It's you ain't gonna believe it.
Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah, it's 217,000.
So they basically used all your information to make money.
Yes, and they had to do it quite a few people like this because there was quite a few people that was inside the group. It's he had YouTube videos up, but I see the YouTube videos have been taken down. Okay, right here. It was on, what is this called? Hold on 1 second. On Telegram, the Telegram app. That's where right. Have you ever heard of Drona? She made YouTube Druanna. She made YouTube videos about secure party creditor.
Silver Bullet Trust.
Yeah, that's what she's known for doing. So she had basically a private group channel.
And did you get anything out of that? Did you get anything? What did you get out of it?
I didn't get nothing but all these debts and a headache, and my credit is bad. Yeah, because I had almost like an 800 credit score, and now it's like down to like 500, working on 400 now. I mean,
did you actually end up making a trust?
They kicked me out of the group.
What is the name of this group? What is the name of these people?
Okay, it's called private. It's a private group on Telegram, but they kicked me out of the group. His name is Ken, and he has like videos and all this stuff that you can watch, and basically tells you how you can go about getting the private funding and the program. Yeah, he had a video, but I see that it's been taken down. Yeah, I had got a call from the FBI, but I didn't answer the phone because I didn't recognize the number. So they left a message, a voice message on my phone, basically saying that they were calling, asking me about the wires that I had made. So at that point, I got scared. I was like, oh my God, what I done got myself into. So what I'm assuming is this must have happened to people before.
Yes. And when did you get this? When did you get this FBI call?
I got this call maybe a couple weeks, maybe close to a month later. This happened back in October when the process of the loan. Okay, I have a contract that I signed with them to do business with them, and let me see. In the name of the listen. That contract that made you sign was to remove liability on their end. Just put it that simple. Yes.
But nonetheless, but I want you to realize that one of the ways that he was caught into that trap was through something like this, where you go on one of these pages on social media. I'm not going to say the particular page this is or what particular group this is. Let's say something along this line. I highly recommend y'all get with me regarding my exclusive status correction /rights. Here is the kicker. People who have completed the method taught in the class have gone on to sign NDAs, which is non-disclosure agreements, and getting cards. The question you ought to ask is, if someone is trying to assist you make some aspect of your life better, why would they go into a secret oath with you? In case you don't realize it, non-disclosure agreement is just the legalese language for the regular English language that says a secret oath. That's it. And these secret oaths, aka non-disclosure agreement, people are signing when they go into these agreement with who purports to give them some status correction right, title, some special something somewhere in the rainbow. We're not even examining whether those who are attracted to this are actually getting any substance. We're just looking at what's written on its face. Whatever it is they say they're going to give to you. Best case scenario, let's just say it does exist. Why would they get you to sign an oath of silence? Because non-disclosure agreements, what compels that silence is the liability attached to it. Anytime someone tells you, come do something with me, and tells you subsequently, hey, make sure you don't tell anyone, all right? It's no different than someone coming in your room, touching you in places they ought not to, and then they look at you in the eyes while petting you in the head saying, don't tell anyone, all right? It's just a little secret between me and you. And then they walk away. These are the type of people that you will bring into your house. If you're a dude, they'll fuck your wife. They might even fuck your husband, fuck your mom and your pops. He's going to get it too. They then eat all the food in your fridge. They don't even put it in the sink. They just leave it right in the couch. Then they leave playing God in front of everyone like they're something special. These are the type of people, for lack of a better term, will screw your life over. And the contract that I'm going to show you regarding this guy and what they did to him, because that contract is not even enforceable, but they got this dude to go into $270,000 debt in different places using his social security number and his biometric data while promising him something exclusive, some status correction, and some type of private funding. And you know what the salt to the injury is? All those money initially came into his bank account, but he signed an agreement that I'm going to show you that says the moment he got it, he should send it to their trust account. So at some point, he was in possession of all those monies. Whether he could write it off, he didn't know since it was loan. What he could do to invest in it with that same bank or elsewhere. They didn't tell him that. They just got him to accumulate encumbrance, which he never even assumed. Wait, it's loaned under a name that's not even the one saying they're going to give him something special. Are they going to assist him eliminate that loan? Well, that was part of the promise they gave him, that, you know what, once you get it, it's all going to be wiped out. Nothing else is going to happen. But he didn't question it any further. And then he voluntarily wired $270K plus to those people, promising him some exclusive stuff. No different than a post like this that you see on these social media. I will say, hello everyone and great rising. Many blessings and valid vibes always. And quite often, his case is probably one of the worst case scenarios I've ever heard and seen. If someone was to just tell me that happened to him without showing me certain things, I would not believe it, because people are out here getting away with serious, major fuckery. And besides such circumstances, people will do other things and other processes like this, where they put stamp on stuff and they put accept for value and all these crap. These things do not work. They do not work. This was posted in 2024. And whoever posted this is saying they've had their process completed since 2014. 10 years ago. And they're still coming back into this group asking the question about, okay, how do I do this except for value stuff? And they've been doing it since then. And that SPC process, they've completed it 10 years ago. Yet they're coming back here to say, I would like to know my exemption ID number is my social security number without the dashes. Also, UCC contract trust account number is my birth certificate number. Not sure at the moment. The date is that I endorse it or the date the obligation was issued. These are questions that they continuously ask because the ones who sold them the pipe dream of secure party creditor just threw a bunch of speculations out there, but adamantly, zealously, they just cooked up a lot of emotion in them and they just went along with it, filed a bunch of papers that put them on a list that they're actually not supposed to be in, a list that flags them to their detriment based on the Patriot Act and something called paper terrorism. And then at the end, they come back asking to clarify those speculations, and no one is able to give them clarity that's substantive and functional. Yet they've completed their process 10 years ago. 10 years, if you're not aware, is a decade. The cells in your body is now different from a decade ago. A lot of things happened. If these people invest the same amount of mind, power, and time in the proper thing within that a decade period, they would really actually be successful. Instead, they're fallen victims and they're spending valuable time. Oh, and here's another one from similar groups. Again, I'm not going to mention it. Second appearance would not let them speak and forced a public defender on them because they refused to sign a contract with court to represent themselves. Why would you do that? They wanted you to sign something that says this is your status. If you know how to sign contracts, if you know how to enter into things based on capacity, you wouldn't be afraid. Deep down, most of these people are afraid. They don't want to say so. And what was the result? Because they did not want to endorse certain things properly, to actually stand up and speak for themselves, because most of these people don't want to speak up for themselves. They want to do something on the side and hope some magic happens in another la la land completely different from whatever speculation they're dealing with. At the end, he said, facing 7 years. 7 years in prison. Any help appreciated. He changed his status in 2019. This one changed his status 4 years ago via passport. At least that's what he thinks he did. Because all the false promise they give you in SPCs, once you do this, once you do that, once you file this, once you send this, you're immune. The court case will be deleted. but they don't teach you basic competence like affirmative defense. They don't teach you constitutional principles. They don't tell you, look, maxims are important. They don't tell you you have to know the different types of objection, the 19 different types of objections. They don't tell you there are different types of motions that you're supposed to move the court, because when you move things, it's alive rather than being stagnant. Yet these same people will tell you, oh, they only deal with death and things like that. Yeah, they're dealing with the dead entity because you're not moving the court. And then they tell you, oh, no, you don't put motions in. You only put affidavit in it. But motions is how you actually put life into something, how you actually compel something to happen. They do none of that. At the end, he said, facing 7 years and help appreciated. He came back to the same people that screwed him over. Only God knows how much this one spent to still be here. He said he changed his status in 2019 via passport, but they don't seem to pay in that no mind. All help appreciated and humbly accepted. This is what I'm saying. Whoever this man is, he's somewhere right now that no one knows. These people just go quiet after a while. Only the divine creator knows what happened to them. And they've put their full faith in trash. It's almost as if people are just conditioned to accept things that's always a detriment to them. And I always ring the alarm. This SPC crap does you no good. Learn the substance. Go through the mental toil. Do some self-reflection. There is no shortcuts. And these people do things with the intent of shortcuts, while at the same time, they're actually not taking the shortcut because they're spending time, energy on sending things out, printing papers, signing stuff, and whatever else they're doing. At the end of the day, it does the complete opposite. Most people are better off not even doing these SPC stuff. But these are other examples. Look, 302 comments. Nothing useful was provided to this dude. But perpetuation of victimhood. Oh, they're the bad guys. You're supposed to do except for value. And if you read the comment section of this particular post, people were telling him to do the same thing that they've been telling him to do. And he's saying, look, I did that stuff. Here's a little secret. The stuff that works, they will do their best to avoid it and prevent you from even doing it in the first place. The stuff that doesn't work, they'll go, oh, yeah. Keep doing that. Bring that here so that they can use that against you on the record. I'll keep sounding the alarm. I made a video on how except for value does not work. Many people poop their pants over that. Can't tell you the amount of emails I got over that with people raging over things that don't work for them. But don't worry, I'll keep making these videos until you wake up. Here's another one. The post says they got this letter after sending their first negotiable instrument, which is one of the stuff SPC tells you to do. People don't even know the difference between negotiable and non-negotiable, and why and how it works, or even if it applies to their circumstance, and how it applies to their circumstance, and the formats to which certain things are expressed and done. The respond of that company, Credit One Bank. They listed a whole bunch of stuff, and ultimately they said, look, these actions also appear to be part of a scheme to eliminate the debt, which the OCC, Officer of Control of Currency, has, quote, no substance in law or finance. You remain responsible for any balance incurred in this account, which will continue to accrue fees and interest until paid in full, so and so. See, there are ways to do things properly. There are ways to discharge things properly. But if anyone is using any line of special equity, exclusive equity, secured party creditor, you better run away from that stuff. You better sprint the opposite direction. These are the things that people will not tell you. Oh, and here's another one. This one said, just did a nice 5 to 4 nights stay in jail for not having license plate on his truck. Gave his passport, which presumably he did the SPC version. They say you do a status correction, and then it's the passport, and the passport is your status correction. Yeah, use the passport for certain things in a certain way, but not because you think some SPC status correction is what's going to save your life. And this guy, by the way, in the comments of this post, did the whole private, non-commercial, not for hire, not for service thing. He put it on his plate. When in truth, he was just supposed to use the basic art of war, blend in with your terrain. But the name on that plate should be a trust. It should not have your personal name on it under any circumstance, including the insurance, which I've shown over and over and over. Simple, basic stuff, but people overcomplicate it. And he earned himself 5 days, 4 nights in jail. Here now is the document they made him sign right here. This is the stuff that made him shiver without realizing it holds no ground whatsoever. So they made it look ever so formal. Working agreement for corporate funding, refinance, and profit system. A joint venture agreement for corporate funding management. And then they sent him an escrow instruction where he's supposed to send the monies to once he get it. And then they gave him a wire instruction. They gave him the account number, the routing number, and the SWIFT code. People, do not fall for this secured party crap. It does you no good. And by the time you realize it, it's too late. You would have alphabet boys coming after you for things that you are clueless about.
Yeah, I had got a call from the FBI, but I didn't answer the phone because I didn't recognize the number. So they left a message.
People will push this over and over and over and over and leave you dry, wet, soggy, ass naked, and cold. But you make the decision as to what you want to do with your life, though. At least I can do is show you the profound, subtle truth of how these things work that people are so ashamed to speak of. Do you know how many people, hundreds of people, coming close to 500? It's not a small number. Coming close to 500 different people that I've met that are ashamed to come out and speak because they feel like they've been used and they don't want their names to go out there and they don't want their voice to go out there. This guy was bold enough when I asked him, look, can I use this and just show people? Because I had to ask him because I got tired of hearing this over and over. It's like, yeah, it's cool.
Yes, it's a different series of loans. And I had no way of paying them back at all. So I had to let the loan go into default because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to pay my own bill. So
do you mind if I use these recordings and reveal it to the world?
No, I don't mind, no. And then they had me to go online with the lender, with the guy who helps you get the loan, and then, they tell you where to send the money over to the trust and all this type of stuff.
People who are mothers with 4 children, fathers who are single, things like that, just getting screwed by this secure party stuff. People, think. People are being compensated to come in and push this secure party stuff to keep making you dumber and dumber. They see you're trying to free yourself. They give you the bait that poisons you. Think. Hey, I'm inviting you to come join the patron page. Not only do you get access to documents, posts, and videos that you will never find on any other platforms, you also get instant access to webinars that otherwise will cost far more. And we speak of things that usually we would not be able to speak of on any other platforms far more freely. On top of that, you get the opportunity to send me monthly questions along with everyone else's questions, so you can see other people going through similar circumstances. You never know. What you think might be a stupid question is quite often very valid. On top of that, you get access to monthly question and answer archives from several years back from people who have gone through it and people who are going through it. Get information regarding things you experience daily that you didn't even know you could take advantage of when it comes to business, work, or other personal things. There's a community of people where you can bounce information off of, and they can give you some tips and tricks based on what they're currently going through in their respective venues that you might maybe want to link up with. And there's a high likelihood you're not going to find them anywhere else. And you also get the access to directly send me messages. Oh, and also if you are a tier 4 member, you get access to yet another monthly meeting where we actually answer as much questions as we can. And we're between an hour and a half, and in some cases up to 4 hours. In addition to that, we also show some exclusive lessons that are not going to be posted on Patreon or anywhere else but the tier 4 meeting alone. So come forth. Come join the 500 plus people already on Patreon. And in some cases, we even give certain things out. And while you're at it, you might want to check out the store, subtlesubstanceservices.com. There might be a few things you want to pick up in there.